So, ladies and gentlemen, here I would like to present my own project. It's about the tolerance, it's about the honesty, and also about the political in the simultaneous general election. At first, as you can see, there's made like all the structure of my project itself. It's about the title, research design, data, and also the analysis. So we move in the next slide. At the first slide, and I would like to show my title itself. My title itself is about the efforts to increase the honesty through the implementation of the simultaneous general election in the community. There's my name and also my class, and also here's my school in 2024. And next, we move to the next slide. It's about the research design itself. So in this research design, there may like the structure of the problem and also the title itself and also the research question. And the main idea of this slide is about my problem formulation is that there may like the two of problem is about how do we increase the honesty and also how we can prevent the dishonest in the community in the simultaneous general election. And next, we want to move to the next slide again. Next is about the data. As we know here, there are many like something that actually different with the simultaneous general election in 2024 and also the previous things, because as we know, there may like some like dishonest things that actually happen in simultaneous general election. For example, like there may like the manipulating and also other things like voting manipulation. And this is actually dangerous because you know, as you can see here at the data, there may like case that actually dangerous for all the citizens. It means that the Indonesia itself is not actually honest, and with this, many of them that actually use the manipulating and also other not just implement a democracy. For example, there's many like the voter intimidation, also media information that manipulate each other. For example, like one of the candidates, for example, like the Prabowo itself, that actually manipulate of the news and also with the media that they have. For example, they have some opportunity that other candidates don't have, so they can easily to increase their actually name and also the vote of their candidate itself. So which means this candidate of the president, also the vice president, can easily to increase and not just easily to win with their own strategy, but also with their opportunity. And next, about this second data that I would like to show to all of you is about the violation of the laws itself. For example, we know that the side of the Prabowo itself, that the Gibran Rakabuming actually step forward of the constitution that actually already implemented. For example, that the age of the Gibran itself not just actually required to be the candidate of the vice president itself. So which means that actually some dishonest thing happened to this simultaneous general election. And also non-transparency in the KPPS, we know that voting itself choose as honest as possible. But in the KPPS side, they're not actually to show about all the data that actually exists. So just they're mainly like the case of the voting itself that already, make the decision about voting some of the candidates. So which means that actually making some other citizens not get their own opportunity. And next, we move to the analysis itself. The analysis about the solution itself. So as first, the analysis of the solution, as my title itself, for the community itself, we can know that actually many solutions that can be implemented. For example, the supervision of the community, we can easily to manage and also give them some education about the community that should they do to always like make sure about the honesty through the KPPS and also through the system that actually provided by the government. And the next solution is about the strict of law enforcement and also need, because you know, with the law that actually helpful about the government, state, and also the process of the candidate itself. So which means there's no like other case like the Gibran Rakabuming and also other things like with the opportunity they have, for example, like in the Prabowo and also Prabowo. So there's no like, it's just fair like in, for example, like Japan, you know, like the Japanese itself have some candidate requirement. So which means they're like the same, not have any opportunity itself. So they can just win with their characteristic and also the vision and also mission. And the last analysis about the active community, you know that the community should be always like, always see about all the process that already happened. So with this, there's no like the dishonesty that happens. So this all even about dishonesty can be prevented. And so that's it. It's about the conclusion. And last, so with this dishonesty can be prevented by many things. It's based on the community itself. So which means if we always like have some independence itself and also always have about the vision of searching of the honesty, which means this dishonesty can be prevented, like the act of money politic and also intimidation of the voting, also other thing that connected with the opportunity. And maybe that's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Vincent, for your presentation. So right now, maybe the mother or mom of Vincent can give question.
Okay, I have one question.
Yes.
From your previous explanation, what should the president and vice president candidate do to win the simultaneous general election? Thank you.
So as I already explained before, in this project there's no like the actual solution for the president and also vice president candidate, but it's in the community also, with the community also. So with the actually thing that actually we do by the president also vice president candidate, they should always like to doing something with honest. For example, like always support all the character. For example, which is add their characteristic, not just taking on other candidate. For example, like in the debate, we know that debate is actually not just mock other people, but we should always like argue about their opinion, which means that all the candidates should also work together for arguing and also strengthening their opinion. So that is actually the way that honest actually formed from the president, also vice president candidate, and also other thing. For example, like always like support each other. For example, someone that actually support the candidate should be always like just support it. Just don't be like always like denying about something the candidate have. So it means it's just like always making other people with different decision, and that's it.
What did you find from the case or from the problem? So you arrange or you form this project assignment or the research?
Is it the real case that I
Of
saw?
course.
Oh yes. As I see in the social media, not only in the social media, but also like in the news, we always like see about something that actually different with the simultaneous general election. You know, like the Gibran booming itself is making me like, what? How it can be possible? Like they can be the candidate of the vice president itself. It's like gonna make me confusing. And also other things like dishonest things is about the KPPS when they're voting some this like the voting of the community itself, and also through the e-voting. There's many like the different that actually happened is it, and this made me decide to make this project about these honest things. And also I would like to give my solution, my opinion, also my own solution. That means they can help other people and also maybe other students in MTSB itself.
Okay. So my next question is about if you have that case or if you found that case as your problem to arrange or to form the title of your research. So how do you think, or how is your step to decrease the dishonesty in maybe next 4 or 5 years later?
Yes. Okay, as my opinion itself, I as a student should be always like to support all this simultaneous general election in the future, especially. So with this, I would like to start the first step with the most simple things. For example, like the truth, the social media. We know that social media is actually wide, right? And all the people can actually see, but with their own opinion and also different opinion of the other people or maybe their perspective. So with this, we know that through the social media, also other people can always see and also maybe doing some critic and also other. But with this, we can prevent actually many dishonest things in the simultaneous general election in the future. So with this, all the dishonest things in the simultaneous general election will be prevented, and also not always might be repeated. Okay, that's it.
Okay, I think that your explanation still can give the concrete step or concrete action that can prevent dishonesty. So I mean that from my previous question is the concrete step that you can do, because I said that you will be a choose or you will be a voter and there will be next general election. So what's your concrete step or concrete way to prevent or decrease dishonesty?
So I became the candidate
Yeah, and candidate the voters. So maybe you can influence your friends, influence your community in order to be a good voter.
Oh, yes, I understand.
Yep.
So with this, many of my friends in the school that actually have their own opinion right about the some candidate that they choose, but sometimes they're mainly like the case like they're always like denying each other and also making some the news that is actually fake, and that's it. It's like kind of some dishonest things, they always like arrange something that actually not true. And with this, I would like to influence them with the something honesty. For example, like I would like to become like someone that open-minded. For example, like they always like to look other perspective and also other opinion. They're not just always argue, but not always like to hear some other opinion. And that's it actually something that actually making something bad. For example, like dishonest things.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I think that's all for that question or the answer. So my next question is, how do you classify from your solution to be as your analysis? Because I found that there are two problem formulation or two questions in your research question about the research. So is that true? Is this true if I said that your analysis is your solution here?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why don't you try to analyze the problem for the data itself? It is right or not? So you just give the solution from the problem of your research. So I mean that you brought some data, right?
Yes.
It's not some data. So I mean you try to examine first. Explain first from the analysis and then directly give the solution. So I'm confused that which one is the analysis, because I only found the solution of the problem. So it's not only there is no explanation of the data first. Okay.
My explanation is actually there's my explanation. As you can see in the third data, the below of the third data, you can actually see one paragraph there that actually explain about the problem of this data. As we can see about the dishonest things, I still remember about the KPPS and also doing some cheatings, and also other candidates that always like, have their opportunity to pay other voting and also the voting intimidation and also other things that actually explained in the one paragraph below the third paragraph of the data.
Yeah, that's why you must classify which one is only data, which one is the analysis, because it is separated.
Yes.
The data and analysis.
I already spared that actually.
Really?
Yes, in the third paragraph of the data. As you can see.
You said that the third.
But it's different data.
Nah.
But it's different paragraph, I mean.
No, I mean it's not in the data, it's the analysis.
Oh, the analysis.
Because
is
in the
different.
analysis there is solution.
Oh, yes.
Okay. So that's my suggestion itself. And the last question is about what is your way to prevent dishonesty? I mean, we know that every candidate has their own dishonesty.
Yes, of course.
So could we erase dishonesty in the general election, or it can be erased?
Yeah, in my opinion itself, it's actually really hard, as you know here. We're just not taking some case of the simultaneous general election, but we also, as we can see, of the government of the Sidoarjo itself, we know that it's actually have the connectivity with the corruption and also other things that actually bad, like the criminal things. So with this, dishonesty is something that's simple, right? Dishonesty is like the first problem that actually simple, but like the corruption is more high. If the corruption itself, the big problem cannot be solved, dishonest is more always like be complicated, like dishonest is more hard than ending all these of the corruption things. With this, we know that dishonest is something that actually some big problem, and with this, I cannot tell it's actually can be erased, but probably it's actually happened because one of the candidate maybe can show about the true things, and also dishonest is something that actually not true. And with this, the honesty of the citizen and also the mind of the citizens can be opened widely.
Okay. Yeah. The suggestion, you can directly answer with your own research in order that ensure the other audience or the other teacher about dishonesty can be erased.
Yeah.
Okay. You can close.
Okay, thank you for your attention, and it's all my presentation, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.